So I saw Doctor Strange on Monday with Toby, or a few of my friends. That's all I'm gonna say. My roommate and my two roommates and my other friend. We all saw Doctor Strange.
I saw
Had a
it
good
last
time with
night.
it.
So.
And did you have a good time with it?
Yeah, I had a really good time with it. It's definitely a weird movie in the sense that it's not like the other MCU movies.
Oh, I
But
disagreed actually.
I don't know. It's definitely
How would
I
you
feel like
say it stacked up versus the other MCU movies?
like quality wise.
Just in general, like everything considered.
Honestly, I'd put it like probably right in the middle. Nothing about it especially stood out to me and made me go like, yeah, this is freaking like, this is awesome. Like movies, like Ant-Man reached out to me in that way.
Oh, definitely. Ant-Man was
Um,
definitely unique. I think it's the most unique Marvel movie.
The first Avengers movie did that. Yeah, a lot of MCU Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy.
This
definitely.
one was good. I definitely like. There were a lot of things I loved in it, but nothing stood out to me and made me be like, yeah, this is the best movie ever.
See, I had a different opinion. I really thought Doctor Strange was going to be different from the other MCU movies and be really weird and like just different. Like I thought it was going to take itself more seriously. Like I guess I don't know a ton about Doctor Strange, but I thought it was going to be like, okay, we got Benedict Cumberbatch, Jesus, and he's usually a pretty serious actor. Like his Sherlock, he's like a sociopath, but he's pretty serious. He's just an asshole. He's very good at playing like the center of attention. He was also Khan, but like he usually doesn't play guys. His roles aren't humorous. This movie was a lot funnier than I was expecting, but it almost felt like they forced it to be an MCU movie when it didn't have to be.
Yeah, I feel
Like
that.
there were jokes that did not hit at all, and it really like they could have not made a joke, and it made the moment that was happening more serious. But then there was like a serious moment, and they could have held it, and then they would tell a joke. Instead, they could have just held it and let the moment hit. But instead, they hit a joke or throw a joke in, and it doesn't hit. And I'm like, oh, that was awkward, and it felt like they did it only to make it more Marvel than it had to be.
Yeah,
Like there were Beyonce jokes, there were so many jokes that I was like, why are they making? There was a Google Translate joke. There were cringy jokes in this movie.
I thought a lot of
There
the
was no-
jokes did work though.
I don't know. The only joke I like, one of those jokes that I liked was whenever the librarian Wong was like, he was putting his hands and like picking up the different books while he was listening to Beyonce. Like I thought that was funny.
I thought, I just liked all of his interactions with Wong where he's like, do you ever laugh and stuff like that.
Like I cannot believe that he was like, oh, my name's Wong, and he's like, oh, you only have one name, like Adele, and I'm like, why are you like forcing these things? And it's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but my biggest problem with the movie, because after that I'll go into positives, because I like talking about negatives and then people ending off and hearing the positives last. But I feel like this movie was completely two separate things put together. The first half before he's Doctor Strange and the second half after he's Doctor Strange, like actually Doctor Strange. Because the biggest problem I had with this movie, and all the people I saw it with agreed, was he's training, he gets thrown out into Mount Everest, and he's trying to teach himself how to do the portals to get back. And then I felt after that there was no more showing of him training at all. After that, he's already doing his astral body stuff. They show him reading a little bit, but then he is fully powered, and I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah, I was a little confused by that because like by the time it ended, I was like, wait, isn't he like still not experienced?
Like I didn't feel like there was any passage of time. Like he was inexperienced here, and now he's experienced in all this stuff. Like it felt like he learned it in a matter of not that long of a time. Because whenever he goes back to his kind of girlfriend, it's not like she's like, hey, I haven't seen you in forever. The only thing that's kind of the passage of time is the beard growing, but that only happens to whenever he goes to India. It doesn't happen while he's training.
They went to
Like
Nepal.
I wanted to get invested. What'd you say?
I thought he went to Nepal.
I thought it was like, whatever. Anyways, I thought I wanted him to get more like I wanted to be more invested into Doctor Strange, but it felt like he was just Doctor Strange out of nowhere. Like he was fully powered out of nowhere. And I was like, the movie was less than 2 hours long, so they could have made it like 15 minutes longer and showed him training and training and training and then reaching the moment of being Doctor Strange. But it felt like something was missing in the middle of the movie.
I think
the pacing was so fast, and it was, I think it suffered from that.
I think what would have helped is if you took the section where it shows him reading all the books in the library, where he's reading all the librarian books and stuff like that. If you took that section and you moved it after he makes the portal for the first time, then maybe you could get what you wanted. Because like he reads all that stuff, he learns all this stuff, and then he can't make the portal.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be sort of like he becomes good by reading every book, because like no one else, because there's other students there, right?
Yeah.
He has to have an edge on them that, like no one else has. And I feel like him being like a fast learner, really just straight up intelligent guy, is something no one else has. So he reads the books, and that's what makes him, more powerful than anyone else.
Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like while he was training making the portals, everyone was making portals just fine. He was the one who was behind.
Exactly.
He couldn't make the portals. So the
Exactly.
ancient one had to like really put him into gear and teach him. But once he learned how to do a portal, it felt like, okay, now he's ahead of everybody else. Mm-hmm. He's already, like, I specifically remember almost the next scene was him sleeping in his bed, but he was not actually sleeping. He was in his astral body and was studying while he was sleeping. And then it was like, okay, how do you learn how to do that if he literally just couldn't make a portal by literally the last scene? Like, where is... like, they just assume... And everybody keeps comparing it to Batman Begins. Like, they were like, Batman Begins did it so much better.
It's nothing like Batman Begins.
I'm not the one comparing it, but they were saying the passage of time in Batman Begins, what him not knowing how to defend himself and learning how to defend himself through Ra's al Ghul, you could feel like he was gone from Gotham for a really long time. Mm-hmm. And then he came back and he was somebody else. Like his absence was felt. In Doctor Strange, it really wasn't that much. And it didn't really feel like it was a big undertaking learning how to do this.
Yeah. I
don't know. I think it was a pacing thing. The movie went by at a breakneck speed, and I think a lot of people said that.
Yeah, I agree with that. See, the thing is, though, that I feel like whereas Guardians was more open to sort of letting you meet the characters for the first time, because not a lot of people knew who they were either. Meeting them for the first time, knowing their character, I feel like that movie does a much better job of setting up people than this one does. This one, I feel like maybe I just was missing some, like, the beginning happens and you're like, what just happened? What, like, I had no idea what the hell just happened in that intro of the movie. And, they don't really explain a whole lot till he's learning for himself.
I don't know. I thought they did a decent job of setting it up, so I knew who he was. I'm like, okay, this guy's a dick. He's a doctor, and he wants to be on top of the world in his field of medicine. Oh, wait. He is a dick outside of being a doctor, too. So he gets in a car accident because he's a fucking idiot, and Texan drives on the side of a mountain, and he's going and doing suicide passes while it's raining, falls off the cliff. You don't feel bad for him at all. You're not supposed to. But then there's character progression, because by the end of the movie, you do care, which I did. They progressed him well enough for me to care about him being Doctor Strange and, like, that stuff. But they did set it up where it's like, okay, he wants to be the best doctor he can ever be, and he can't do that because he needs to use his hands. You need precision with your hands to be able to do that. And he is almost paralyzed with his hands, so he's going to do anything it takes to fix it. So he's getting obsessed with it, and okay, he's going to go and train with the Ancient One to learn this art so he can fix his hands. But then it's as far as motivation goes, like he had no motivation to become Doctor Strange. Like the motivation from the beginning of the movie was him just to fix his hands to become a doctor. And like there was never a moment where it was like, okay, now I really want to become. He just likes mastering things, so he masters magic. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. He tries to be the top of whatever field he's studying.
I agree.
So I think that's a cool character trait. A little bit of Tony Stark in his character, not gonna lie.
Yeah, he had the kind of I'm a dick. Oh wait, these powers are going to help me not be a dick. I don't know.
Basically, in the Marvel world, if you're a dick, then you get a lot of money. So.
Yeah. Otherwise, as far as positives go, I enjoyed the characters. Benedict Cumberbatch is really good as Doctor Strange.
His American accent was a lot better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. The only problem is that I'm so used to hearing him be British that it was kind of in my head. I'm just so like, oh, I'm not used to that.
Yeah, but it was good.
It was good. You couldn't hear a lick of Brit in him when he was talking like that. But
what I think is the best. I don't know if it's like the best part of the movie, but I think the part that made me excited was just seeing him as Doc, like in the costume and everything, because he looks perfect.
Oh, he looks very good in it. I thought you were gonna say the visuals of the movie, though. I think the visuals and like the action scenes that could be set up with the visuals was absolutely the best part of the movie.
Yeah, well, yeah, like in movie part, but I think the look, they nailed it perfectly. Perfect actor, perfect costume, perfect, everything.
The only thing is, if it was set up a little bit better for him becoming Doctor Strange,
I'm not talking about
there would have been a moment that I was like, wow, look at him in the suit. That's awesome. But it just kind of happens.
Yeah, but I don't. It's
whatever. The one thing that pissed me off is that for like an hour and whatever in the movie, it's such a big deal about him fixing his hands and being able to control his hands the way he wants to. But then once he can in the movie, he finally is able to control his hands the way he wants to. They don't make it a big deal at all. Like there was no payoff.
Yeah, that's not the payoff. The payoff is that he's over it and he doesn't care anymore.
There should be some payoff of the fact.
He should. No, that was the point. That was the point. The point was that he doesn't care anymore. He doesn't need.
I just felt like there should be some payoff for his original goal.
That was the payoff. The payoff was, it wasn't that important. I have a new lease for life now. I don't need my hands.
I don't know. I had a good time talking about this with my friends after we saw it, because whenever you see something with your friends, like you're gonna talk about the movie right afterwards, and I instantly was like, the pacing was off. Like,
yeah, the pacing is a problem.
And I was like, oh wow, okay, so they agree with me there. And I feel like I would have been way more into Doctor Strange only if it was just tweaked a little bit. Otherwise, loved the characters. I loved the fights. I loved the visuals. The visuals took over the movie. Like they salvaged it. So they like saved it to. Because I haven't seen anything like that, at least since Inception. But I haven't seen fight scenes like that where there are people running against the wall.
Yeah, a freaking fight scene where the time's going backwards.
Oh my god, yeah. It was all very, very, very cool.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it
a
lot.
Cool movie. Definitely, at least like special effects wise, probably one of the best Marvel movies in that regard.
I at least think special effects wise, it might be one of the best special effects.
Yeah.
At least as far as being in 2016, because special effects can be so samey, that this is really, really good.
Maybe an Oscar-nominated movie.
Oh, I doubt it.
Really?
Oh, just for visuals.
For visual effects, yeah.
Oh yeah, probably. I was thinking in general. I'm like, no.
If The Hobbit: Desolation of Smaug can get done,
Desolation of Smaug,
or it was Hobbit: Unexpected Journey got.
Yeah, maybe I would hope so, but there's promise here. I like Doctor Strange. I enjoyed the movie. The climax of the movie was great, by the way. Like it was such a swerve with the time loop. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but the climax with who the main villain actually was great. It was so good. It was like outsmarting to the nth degree. It was great.
Yeah, I thought the ending was awesome. It's funny because you don't really know how long he was there.
Yeah, that's true.
How long he was in that loop. He could have been in there for like thousands of years.
Yeah, they kept it pretty slapsticky too. Like, I don't know, that was like one of my like MCU likes to have some of those swerves sometimes where it's like, oh man, like that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, probably my favorite moment of the movie, other than that, like my favorite moment of the movie was the first time he gets shown, like thrown into like the astral world, like with his
You don't
astral
see it
body.
coming. Yeah, he just punched.
Oh man, it reminded me of the climax of Ant-Man still.
Yeah, I
But
could have sworn he flew through like the Ant-Man thing whenever he's shrinking.
yeah, no, that's exactly what it looked like. But my favorite part was when he like gets thrown into his eye. I was like, oh god, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I enjoyed the movie. I know it sounded like I griped on it a little bit too much, but if they paced it better, it would have been easily one of my favorite MCU movies. But otherwise, I thought it was like a solid 7.5.
Yeah. Definitely. I'll give it a 7. Yeah. I definitely want to watch it again.
Oh, it's
Don't get
something
me
I
wrong.
definitely like to watch again. Because some of the ones that I enjoy more, I
missed a
don't
lot.
like watching them again as much. This is one that I'd like to watch again just to see if already knowing the story that I can enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I definitely missed something in this movie.
There was something
there's a lot of
missing.
stuff to miss.
There was something missing from the movie in general. Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah,
But
but like
it-
more importantly than that, it's like I think if I watch it a second time, I'll get something else that I didn't like. Oh, hey, that's how that works. Because there's a lot of stuff that they teach you very, very quickly. A lot of world building about the magic and stuff you need to like learn very quickly. Like all of a sudden, there's like weapons now, and he's like, "Oh, you choose it. They choose you when you're ready." Blah 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 blah. And,
Real quick, did you think it felt like an MCU movie?
No.
See, because I would have liked if they went the route of it not at all feeling an MCU movie, but I felt at times they tried to make it an MCU movie when it didn't have to.
It. It's a good question.
Like, I thought the movie was going to be more serious than it was. I thought it was going to be a different movie than what I saw. Because I actually thought it was lighter than I not wanted it to be, maybe wanted it to be, but it definitely felt lighter than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. It's a tough one.
It was definitely an interesting movie because when you would finish a movie and you want to talk about with your friends, like you're passionate about talking with, because I definitely wanted to talk to you about this movie. It's like, okay, it was better. It had something to it. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to what Doctor Strange is going to do next. He's obviously going to be doing something with Thor.
I can't wait to see him interact with Tony Stark. I think that's going to be great.
It's going to be great. Anyways, Doctor Strange. I don't know if we're always going to give rankings to it, but I give it a 7.5. 7 to 7.5.
I'm going to give it a solid 7. Solid 7.
Okay, I'll probably give it a 7 because I racked on the movie more than you did, and I gave it a higher rating.
I don't know. I thought it was fun. I didn't take it too seriously. I mean, it's. I walked in being like, "Hey, we're gonna see some cool scenes and some doctors."
Ant-Man or Guardians of the Galaxy are the best MCU movies, definitely.
Ooh, I have to think about. Maybe we can make a video about that too.
Yeah. Fuck wrestling. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. There's just a little bonus episode. This thing we'll do from time to time when we fucking want to, yo.
Yeah, you tell him, Shab.
Oh man, tell them, fuck you, fans. I don't even like you.
Oh.